Exchange, that's the one. Yeah. Because we're here, we sat here. We're about to rate like 1 through to 10 men in speedos. But you know what? I've been following this up so much because this year's Mr. Olympia is gonna be like.
Okay, let's go. So welcome back to the Fantom Podcast, episode 16. And today we're going to talk about the 2022 Olympia. And we're going to give our predictions on the top 10. And joining with us as always, Joe, Jay-Z Bodybuilding. Joe, welcome back on.
How we doing, everybody?
Yeah, and we've got Zach Khan. He's been slagging around.
I'm a tart.
He is a tart, yeah. Yeah, and for this episode, we've got a special guest. We've got Duka from Ultimate Fitness and also
Maths, murder first, like for the people that don't know the abbreviations. So, yeah.
So, Duka was on Married at First Sight, which was a television program last couple of months, wasn't it? On for 3 months on E4.
Yeah.
And we got quite a big, it was quite a big show, actually, wasn't it? I watched it.
Yeah, so some of the stats actually today, Channel 4 said that across all their platforms, they managed to get 51 million views, and it's ended up being the biggest Channel 4 program of 2022. So,
what is it about?
Oh, Zach, my man, like honestly, you just get paired up with someone.
You know what? We need to get Zach on there.
Yeah, you know what? I can hook him up. Zach, right? If you're struggling, right? If you need someone, if you want to get married, if you're looking for someone out there, I can hook you up, and they all get televised.
I don't need no gold digging bitch. I've got many.
My guy.
You have to go watch the episodes. It's quite fun watching, actually, quite entertaining.
Yeah, it's trash TV, Zach. To break it down, it's trash TV, a bit of good TV for the public. That's all it is.
At
my expense.
Hey?
As long as you enjoyed it, that's the main thing.
It was an experience, ain't gonna lie. It was an experience.
Yeah, that's good, man. As long as you enjoyed it, that's good.
All right, have you all got a rough idea where you're going to place everyone for the show? Or you're just going to wing it?
We're just going
you know what? It's because I know there's like 40 plus people that have been that got an invitation, right?
Yeah.
But it's like I'm gonna go from 1 to 10, 1 to 6.
So what I'll do, I mean, obviously we'll just pick the top 10 that will be in it, because
going to be. I think we'll pick the top 10 because that's what the judges are going to do. Once they pick the top 10, the rest of them they're just going to say, "Yeah, one pause, see you later, bye, thanks for coming."
Yeah. Thanks for coming. Yeah. So shall we start? And I've got a list, and I'm going to put on screen my top 10. So shall we start with should we start from 10 onwards, or should we start from number 1?
Number one.
That's obviously Big Ramy.
I think it's Ramy's show. Definitely, there has to be something serious, what might happen to him if he's not going to win it. Do you know what I'm saying? So basically, if he's really pissed somebody off.
So this clip is from last year.
Yeah.
And I'll give it. He weren't as. Sorry.
I think his 2018 version, in terms of aesthetics, he looked bigger and kind of like almost fuller. He was leaner last year's show, like around the glutes, around the back. But like I know that this year, because I've been watching the updates, and it's like this year he seems to be very dialed in and sharp from 10 weeks ago, from early on. So he's got the size already, so he doesn't need to focus about the size. But even like just watching his updates, daily updates, he's there doing bicep curls, he's there like working out in a hoodie, and he's looking full and sharp.
Yeah. I think Ramy, he's got that death face going on, and he's ain't pissing about, and rightly so. Like I said to you, because a lot of people are talking shit about him, and a lot of people still talking shit about him. And you know what? He's got a point to prove, and he's basically going to wipe the floor with everyone. Let's be serious. If he comes in how we expect him to come in, nobody can come close to him. I'm sorry,
Thing is, when you're defending champion, you're going to have all the people nitpicking at you and pulling you apart. And if you're not perfect, then they're just going to sort of pull your physique apart.
Yeah, but there's a way of doing it, and
they've been criticizing that hole in his legs. If you look there, there's a slight hole, dent in his leg, in his right leg.
The thing what people don't realize is he's had them holes in his fucking legs for a fucking time, but But you have to remember, when you're coming in leaner than ever before, what do you think's gonna happen? They're gonna show more. You know what I mean? They're gonna.
Yeah.
They're
They
gonna
explained it as well. They explained it as well because for me, I hadn't noticed it until most recently, and apparently those holes are because of muscle buildup, muscle scar tissue buildup over time, and the blood not really being able to go to that part of the body and healing up. So the muscle itself actually atrophies. And it's only recently that they managed to start using like proper sports massage around those areas to break all that scar tissue over the years. So
Yeah,
so literally, even though he's been training those legs, he's I suppose it's not a fault of his own, but like yeah, like I don't think those his silhouette, his X shape is too deadly. Like if he comes in, like no one can beat him.
yeah. Like people are talking about them indentations on his leg. Listen, guys, fuck leg. The guy's got to put his fucking gear somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And he can't fucking probably reach his shoulders or his fucking triceps or whatever. So it's easiest place for him to reach. And people get in a habit of doing things in certain places, and before
Mm.
before you know it, it's fucking too late. And then you realize, fuck me. Yeah, now it's starting to, hinder me because you're on top of your fucking game, and people are gonna look for that 1%. What's wrong with you, and make it out is 99%. And that's what people do. That's what societies does. It's like we build up the underdog, we build them up, and when they're on the top, we love to spit them out and bring them down. You know what I mean? And that's the nature of the sport, or any sport. Yeah.
So I think we can all agree Big Ramy is going to be number one again for the third year.
I think he's going to be the most dominant victory he's had so far as well. I think obviously everyone's talking a load of shit about his legs and whatever, but it doesn't detract from his physique that much anyway. It's because they got nothing else. They got nothing seriously to nitpick him on because he's looking the best he's ever looked this far out from the show.
I think last year his lat insertions and his lower back, it doesn't really have that Phil Heathness. But I'm extremely nitpicking here. Like the guys won Mr Olympia, for fuck's sake. Like, but from last year, that's the only thing. But from the updates and the posing, and with him being coached by Milos and all these other guys, it's like you can already see that sort of like that.
He's coached by
Chad. He's coached by
Chad Nichols.
Yeah, Chad Nichols and Dennis James.
Yeah, so he's got that. Like he's had that. He literally that one weak point that I saw in him last year. From his updates, I can already see him that's even improved on that. So
yeah, I know what you mean. Like basically, his lats don't hang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't have that thickness below like a Kai Green,
though, isn't it? That's just genetics.
No, it's got thickness, but they just don't hang. Do you know what I mean? The part doesn't hang like round. It comes out. You know what I mean? But it doesn't hang.
Like similar to Nasser's back.
And I think so. Also, what I've noticed with him, he's causing his back difference. It seems like when he stood to the back, showing it turns around to his back, it seems like he's not pulling out his lats and he's trying to crunch it back.
Yeah.
I've noticed, you know what I mean?
I think he's trying to give himself a bit of depth because when he does that, rather than spreading his lats out, he's trying to give his back that sort of like density.
Yeah, but
that 3Dness, which I think is impacting him a little bit because he's not really spreading out.
Yeah, I think as a posing coach or as me as a fan, I don't think that's doing him any favors. He needs to just relax it and he's got a lot of mass there, and he doesn't need to basically tense it all the time, because what he's doing is he's giving it opposite effect where it's sucking in more instead of hanging out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it looks a bit shallow there, doesn't it? The mid back there.
It's like that. Dennis Wolf has that similar problem as well. But yeah,
Dennis Wolf, Nasser.
Even Sean Roden to an extent. Like Sean Roden, I think he's got. Well, R.I.P. Sean Roden. But even him when he hit pose, because his low back and his back as a whole wasn't like Phil Heath-esque or Kai Green-esque or Dorian-esque. He didn't have that necessarily that depth.
Yeah,
work your strengths. Don't try and really bring out your weaknesses, because it's gonna make your strengths look even small. Just really open the mat. So I know what you mean. You just gotta really open out those lats. He's got a huge frame.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like the perfect example is Flex Lewis. He didn't have the biggest back, but when he fucking paused it, he knew how to show fucking detail. Do you know what? and that made him look fucking strong. So he was flexing. He
But
was
don't forget, when you do a back shot, you got the glutes, hamstrings as well. So when your glutes are dialed in and your hamstrings, you look at the whole picture, don't you?
Yeah, basically, you don't look at that little thing like, oh, his back is more, not as hanging as much as the other people's. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them things. Yeah, totally.
Okay, let's move on. Second place. Who have you got your second place?
I think it's gonna be
who?
Hadi.
Okay.
Separated like my parents.
Duka, who have you got your second place?
I don't know, man. I think Brandon Curry, like, he's gonna be hungry for that title because it's been how many years? Like he's lost the Big Ramy. It's been like what, 2 years? I think. Yeah, because he's like even now his most recent updates, he looks really full, and his legs even though because usually when he has his updates, he tends to bring his camera phone down to the bottom, giving that illusion of bigger legs. But his legs this year seems to have improved, and I think that's the only thing that really lets him down. If Brandon Curry, right, had those sweeping quads, had those like flexitron Sean Roden legs, then he would be Mr Olympia. Just his legs let him down. But
I think with Brandon, it's not more of them sweeping quad. It's more of the deep separations.
That too.
Yeah, like Sean Roden had that fucking deep separation in his quads and made them look even fucking bigger. You know what I mean? And
even his teardrops, Sean Roden's teardrops, man.
Yes.
Like the guy, he had the outer sweep, the teardrops. Like, oh,
yeah. So what do you guys?
If you look at Brandon there, his legs aren't in proportion with his upper body, are they?
no, they're still disproportionately small compared to his upper body. Because if you look at his arms and his front double bicep, it's like they're
It's
not
like two
there.
different physiques. Yeah, I've got Brandon second place. I mean, just by obviously past few placings, and he does look like he's improved this year. He's obviously the updates. He's put a lot of size on. Whether he's not showing any pictures of his legs, so that's the thing.
So we're all different, right? Zach's going for Hadi, Saya Duco are going for Brandon, and I'm going out on a limb and saying William Bonac top 2.
Ooh,
go on.
he's looking sharp this year, man. Like,
yeah, based on that recent guest posing appearance as well, he's improved a shitload.
he's fixed his gyno. He didn't look flat. He looked like he looked well in decent prep when he was like literally top 3, top 4, and like Arnold when he got that Arnold win.
Yeah, I think he should have beat Brandon at the Arnold earlier this year. I think everybody did really, because the season's been so long, people have forgotten.
Yeah, the problem I've got is that because he didn't beat Brandon at his worst, he's not going to beat Brandon at his best. And the reason why I think Hadi is going to come second is because he's come out to the States earlier this year compared to normally he comes out in the last week and he places third or whatever. So this time he's come out earlier. I think basically it's going to give him that edge. You know what I mean? So, and if he doesn't come in second this year, then that means, you know what, he's peaked, and I can't see him, unless Brandon and Ramy aren't in it, then obviously it's a different story.
We got 4th last year. No, where did he come 4th last year?
Third.
I got 3rd last year.
Yeah.
So okay, so you think he's going to get second? Yeah. I mean,
I can see it. I can see it 100%. But
to me, I think he's going to place above Bonac. He's got his upper body's more, but he's wider. He's got better.
I just don't know how much more Hadi can improve without blowing his lines out, because he's
last year he was the apparent synthol shoulders that let him down. Because I remember after the first night, right, after prejudging, like it was his shoulders that they were really complaining about. Because apart from that, like if he comes in tip top shape, and Zach did say that he usually comes in the last week. I don't know, man. Like it's still like I don't know.
Speaking of legs as well, no one ever talks about Hadi's got one leg way bigger than the other one.
It's the way he poses them as well.
Think?
Yeah, because he's got so many good body parts, you don't notice it as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think too many people are looking at his shoulders and they're dissing his shoulders, and they forget about things like that. You know what I mean? If you want,
he has got good legs, isn't he? Got good
detail. Talk about detail. If Brandon Curry had the detail Hadi has on his legs, he'd be fucking unbeatable.
Yeah, that I was gonna say that if Brandon Curry had Hadi Choopan's legs with his upper body, that's Mr. Olympia right there. Because like overall, apart from that one critique of shoulders, like can you really find any weak points apart from, he hasn't got those full Heath forearms. But then again, we're just really nitpicking. Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I definitely see Hadi top three. I see Hadi in top, like third place.
I don't see,
Go on.
like I said to you, I don't see, like I said to you, the top three is going to be similar to last year. Simple as that. Just maybe with Brandon and Hadi swapping places. You know what I mean? I won't be upset with them top three.
I've got Hadi fourth place, so
do I.
You got in third?
Third place.
Brandon.
No, I've got Brandon second place. Third place, I've got.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. My word.
I don't honestly see. Sorry.
I think Simon might know something we don't.
Yeah.
Heard through the grapevine.
But I'm sorry, I don't see it. Don't get me wrong. He's made a lot of improvements, but the problem is, it's like there's too many weaknesses for him to be that high up. Do you know what I'm saying? I think Hunter will beat him all day long.
No, Hunter's over. Like, with all due respect to Hunter, because he's got such an amazing balanced physique, but like, I don't think Hunter's gonna get like top 7 this year. Respectfully, that's what I think. Like, I think Hunter's physique is overrated. I don't know, man, because it
Same
depends on
here.
styles. Because I like the Sean Roden style sort of physiques. I'm more into the more sexy. I don't know. Like, it's hard.
What I'm saying is Hunter will beat Nick. Doesn't matter where it is in the show, what placings they've got. Hunter. You know what I mean? So that's your number.
That's my third place. Where have you got Nick? Joe,
Who we got?
where have
Hang
you
on. Who have we got third? Because I've got Nick in. Hang on.
I've got
sixth.
I've got Ramy. I've got Hadi. I've got Brandon. Yeah. Okay. And then obviously we've got Bonac. I've got him. You know what I mean? Fourth. Yeah.
Fourth. Yeah.
I was gonna say Bonac fourth as well because he's a proven guy if he comes in.
Yeah.
We've all got the top 4 exactly the same. It's just different placings. Okay.
Yeah. And then for fifth place, and I'm going out on a limb here. And if he fucking comes in condition, yeah. If he comes in condition and doesn't come out with bullshit like he's only 70% or 80%, then I would fucking see Andrew jacked up there all day fucking long. I'm sorry, but if that physique doesn't come fifth place, then in condition, then I'm sorry, then he's in the fucking wrong sport.
I think if he can better the condition there, Texas, because I think he was better in Texas than the UK. I don't care what he says. He was better.
Yeah.
In Texas.
The thing about with Andrew is he can be off a little bit, but because his muscle bellies have got them deep separations, he looks more conditioned than somebody who's in better condition.
Yeah.
And the perfect example was, let's be honest, Hollinshead was better conditioned than him, but he didn't have a better at the Arnold.
Yeah.
You know? So I would put him in fifth place.
His physique definitely belongs on the Olympia stage.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
The structure, the muscle bellies, condition.
Who you guys got in fifth?
Derek Lunsford.
I was gonna say Derek Lunsford because he got the 2 newcomers. There's Derek and there's I forgot his name. That the tall guy from Russia.
Oh, Krizov.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not from Russia. I think he's from
Czech Republic.
Yeah, Czech Republic or something, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm a massive Krizzle fan, man. Like Ian Valier and a lot of these people.
Listen, Derek's not coming in top 10. I'll bet you that.
You don't think?
No.
Well, obviously there he's 212, so he's sacrificed fullness in his legs to get down to that weight. But
You reckon if he adds on like what? Let's say 10-15 pounds, but comes in shredded. Do you reckon he'll crack top 10?
He's already 20 pounds heavier than this, apparently.
I'm telling you one thing, you got to remember, he's been, when you were guest posing, yeah, he was fully carved up, insulin up, everything up. And you know what? Off-season wise, when these guys are on that much insulin, they are gonna look fucking freaky. But the problem you've got then is how much of that fullness are you gonna keep when you have to diet down? You know yourself, man. When you're dieting for a show, you're on less carbs, less insulin, and then what happens is it comes down to the last fucking day. How much carbs can he fucking really pump into his body to make him fucking look as freaky as that guest spot?
I'd have him over Labrada. I'd have Derek over Labrada.
Listen, if he can come in like he did with that guest spot with fucking, like you said, with the condition, like similar size to that in the condition, mate, he will be fifth or sixth all day long.
His condition's very good, isn't it? He's got the striated glutes.
Yeah, but if you look at him there, does he look like a top 10 to you?
He just looks very, very flat to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he had to be, obviously, to make the weight, but apparently he's coming to him and Hadi Choopan, they're going to be 25 pounds heavier than this.
Yeah, but is that going to translate to weight? That's what we have to see.
Yeah.
Would you have him him and Crizzle, right? Him and Crizzle, right? Because obviously him and Crizzle being the two new guys, obviously Andrew Jacked as well. Would you say that he beats Crizzle?
I don't have Crizzle in the top 12.
Really?
I think Crizzle's missing too many body parts. He's got good arms, but he's shallow in the back and chest, isn't he?
His potential is fantastic, obviously, but in 1 to 2 years, I just think it's going to take him a while to fill it out.
I think the problems you've got with Crizzle is he's a freaky motherfucker on Instagram. Yeah, just like Dennis James used to be in gym shots, and Crizzle is freaky in shots. But what will happen is that freakiness won't translate onto stage because his tan is fucking shit.
Yeah,
composed.
He needs to fucking sort that tan out because that tan at his last show was terrible and didn't do him no favors. And and if he comes in condition, is he going to lose out the fullness? That's the thing you got to understand.
At this stage, most likely. 2-3 years from now, probably not. But
how old is it, Crizzle?
32, maybe max.
Still quite young.
Yeah, he's a young guy. He's still like in his last sort of like bodybuilding sort of like.
I just think with Crizzle, he just needs to mature. But like I said, I would like to see him next to Andrew Jacks because they're similar height, and even Ramy,
even Samson Dada, because he's gonna be a huge motherfucker, man. He's gonna be a big guy. Like he's like one of the heaviest guys as well. He's also around 6'1", 6'2". So I want to see those guys battle it out. You also got Rafael Brandao as well, and I think he's just got that aesthetic shape. You know what I mean? So it's like it depends how the judges are gonna do because they're gonna go for like freaky mass monsters like the Nick Walker, or are they gonna go more for like like aesthetically pleasing physiques?
Yeah, like I said to you, yeah. So who is your guys' fifth place? Mine was Andrew.
Derek for me.
Okay.
Bonac for me.
Bonac for me as well because he's just proven.
Okay, and now 6.
Nick for me.
You, Simon.
6th place for me. Derek Lunsford.
You.
I'm gonna say Crizzle, man. I don't know. Like he's my wild card this year. This is my wild card because clearly for him to get the qualification to be a pro, like he was nowhere near it. And then his first pro debut, he's obviously nowhere near it as well. Like terrible tan, terrible posing, shaking all over the place. But in those still images, that those HD images that people manage to get when he does hit the pose, and he looks so damn impressive.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. He is a freaky motherfucker.
He lacks a lot. He hasn't got that back depth. His chest from the front seems a bit shallow. But I don't know, man.
But he's improved on it, He's improved on it. I just think he would look better with a vacuum pose.
You think so?
Yeah, from the front because he seems to be breathing in and out when he's doing his poses, which throws his physique off a bit. You know what I mean? I've noticed with him. But like I said to you, so you guys, number 6 is Derek Lunsford, and Crizzo. And I will say Labrada will be that then for me, 6.
Okay, Labrada in 7th, after behind Nick. I think the call out will be.
Let's have a quick look at Labrada from last year.
Yeah, I think the second call out is going to be Nick, Hunter, Samson, Andrew, and maybe throw in like a Charles Griffin or something.
Oh no, Ian Valier.
Yeah, Ian or Charles Griffin.
I'm sorry, it doesn't do anything for me, Labrada. It just, I don't know, nothing stands out to me.
He hasn't got that pop. He hasn't got that Andrew. You know how Andrew Jack, when he goes on stage, every single thing is just popping left, right, and center. Yeah. Like he's got that 3D and it pops.
Listen. He doesn't do nothing for me either. But the problem is we're not going by what physiques we like.
Yeah.
Olympia's won. We're going about what the judges are looking for. You know what I'm saying? And
it helps that his family name's on the stage.
Yeah, and when your name's Labrada, it helps.
I just think he's I don't know. I don't think he should have been Nick Walker last year.
Good thing is though, Si, because you'll be there, you'll be able to see if it is just a thing that doesn't translate over to the videos.
Yeah,
because everyone who sees him in real life says they don't realize how big of a human being he is until they see him.
Yeah, and they said that he made Nick look small.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, they said that. Yeah, because I remember somebody was saying they go, listen, it's crazy when you see pictures of Nick Walker. He looks a lot bigger than Hunter because do you know why? Nick's got a smaller head, so his physique looks bigger. Or he's got a bigger head,
pinhead,
smaller on his frame.
Well, I've got Hunter in 9th. I know.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. So hang on now. Let's go.
You're not going to get an interview with him then.
Well, let's go from 6th to 10th now. So what was everybody's 6th place now?
I had Derek Lunsford 6th place.
Nick.
Yeah, I had Labrada.
Yeah.
Duka, 6th place.
If in a tip-top shape Lunsford came in, right, I can see Lunsford ahead of Labrada. I put Lunsford then Labrada.
Yeah, I would put Lunsford ahead of Labrada all day long, but I don't think he's going to be able to do.
I don't think he'll be able to either. It's his first Mr Olympia, and it's like, you know what I mean? He's faffing around social media saying, 212, and then before you know it, he's massively above the 212 cap. But then again, he got him as well, bro. Look, Samson Labrada.
Yeah, let's not forget this guy here.
8th place, 7th or 8th. I think we're going to see a battle between him and Hunter.
So basically, I've got Hunter, Nick, and then it'll be Ian Valier, and then it'll be Samson.
You got Ian Valier above Samson.
The reason for that is fucking they love him, don't they, at the Olympia for some reason?
Yeah.
Is it a double Olympia?
And let's be honest. Let's be honest. If we're going by condition at the moment, Ian Valier is well ahead of Samson.
Yeah.
But saying that,
if James Hollinghead comes in condition, though, like if James Hollinghead comes in condition, like who do you have? Would you have Ian Valier or James Hollingshead?
I'd have Ian just because of structure. I prefer James's physique, and I think he wins. The poses he wins, he dominates in. But I think overall, head to toe, probably Ian.
But don't get me wrong. Samson is one guy. If he nails it,
if he's on, he's taking out a lot of people.
Yeah, if he nails it, he can jump to that first call out.
Because he knows how to present it, which a lot of the guys we're talking about right now don't. You know, they hit the mandatories, they walk off. Samson puts on a show for everyone, so you remember his physique.
Yeah, but I like to see him first time up against the main big boys.
Yeah.
And how he stands out against them. Do you know what I mean?
And he's putting a lot of weight this year, though, isn't he, with Milos? Do you think that will do you think he'll do a Mark Hector and put on too much weight?
I think he'll do what Dennis Wolf did in 2007. Come in, blow everyone away, and then...
I think the problem we've got at the moment is too many people are hung up about how much they're weighing. And then when it comes down to the shows, saying, oh yeah, I'm going to come in 20 heavier. Listen, nobody, bodybuilding is a visual sport. You don't get up on a weighing scale and say, "I weigh 20 pounds more."
Yeah.
You don't get up on stage with the guy with the best back who he lifts the heaviest weight. You don't see the guy with the best legs squats the most. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's fucking irrelevant.
And for someone to put 20 pound on like this stage of his career is like that's a crazy amount of muscle to put
He's
on.
fairly new to the bodybuilding though. He's only been competing for
He's in late
7
30s,
years.
right? Early 40s.
No, he's about 36.
The thing about it is you have to remember, if he's working with Milos is gonna basically have no fucking stone unturned when it comes to protocol. Yep. You know what I mean? Let's be fucking honest, innit? You know what I mean?
His philosophy is maximization of everything, right? So
yeah, exactly. No,
who would you have against him and Andrew Jacked?
Samson.
What if you had to compare Samson Dada with Andrew Jacked?
Yeah,
I'd have Andrew Jacked, man, all day long. Like just
no disrespect, but I like it's the fucking Andrew just got them cleaner lines, hasn't he? You know what I mean?
He does. I just think Samson next to Andrew is just going to make Andrew look like he's got too many gaps.
Yeah, but that's what I want to see.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I want to see them compared to each other, and then throw in a rugged guy who doesn't look anything like him as well.
They're about the same sort of size. They're about the same sort of size and height.
The thing what you've got with bodybuilding is this: everybody poses on their own coming up to the fucking Olympia, and then they're standing to a guy who's fucking complete and got no gaps in his physique. Then you realize what fucking time of day it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem you've got now. You got somebody who might not even make top 10, and I see people commenting saying, "Oh yeah, he's gonna be second, he's gonna be third." Fucking hell, guys! If that's the fucking case, everybody gets
the medal, Zach.
Everybody filters their pictures on Instagram. Everybody goes under the fucking best lighting to make this the best. You know what I mean?
I know Andrew's my mate, but I've got him in 8th place. I think
you got to think he's only just turned pro though. Top 8 in the world.
I think 8th will be reasonable positioning for him.
Yeah. The reason why I put him in 5 is he's got a physique what I fucking think needs to be up there and rewarded if he comes in shape. Obviously, if he doesn't come in shape, I don't want to even see him in top 10.
But look at that lat spread, man. I agree with that. If you compare Samson Dada's lat spread to his lat spread looks a lot more impressive. He looks like a walking anatomy chart. So even though he may have those holes, right, he may not necessarily have the sort of like upper body X frame in comparison to his legs overall as a silhouette. Your eyes still get drawn to him because he has got those separations. Like, do you know? I definitely see him top 10, and I definitely see him beating.
You know what? And it's also when we see him at the Arnolds, your eyes are instantly drawn towards Andrew.
Yeah,
it's just the thing about it comes down to whose physique do you look at more, and that's it. That's it. Oh, and Andrew Jack's got that physique where his muscles pop when he pauses. They don't
HD, don't they?
So when his muscles pop, you're like, fuck me, when he gets into a pause. And that's what gives him that freak factor. You know what I mean? Because a lot of bodybuilders they will flex and the muscles won't change shape. You know what I mean?
If Andrew's in the same condition, which I think he will be,
same as Texas.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to get in much better condition at this stage of his career. I think it's not a dieting issue. I think it's the fact that he needs to have more maturity to his physique. Because he's only been training properly for 5 years, isn't he? So
the thing what worries me about him is that when I see his videos, it doesn't look like he's suffering.
Well, Simon knows he was there.
Sorry?
Yeah, I know.
Does he go all out or?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
His thing is like stretching and injury prevention. He's very methodical. He's not one of those that just heavyweights, just like maximizing every single ounce of sweat, blood, and tears.
No. What I mean is, it's like I don't think he's suffering the dieting when you look at him. Do you know what I mean? Like he seems, he just might be his demeanor. He just looks so chilled out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a naturally chilled out person anyway. When I met him a few times, you know.
But to you, I want to, like I said to you, I want to see him up there. You know what I mean?
When he came to UK, like the first couple of days, he was full of life. But by Thursday, Friday, he was like dragging his heels. Couldn't get a word out of him. So
there you go, then. You know what I mean?
He went from yes sir to
It's definitely making the top 10. Andrew Jack is definitely making top 10. Like
I got him in top 10. I got him in 10th place. So.
Okay. So now we got our top 10 there. What would be your fantasy fucking top 10 now? The physique.
Well, and we forgot someone. We forgot.
I've got James.
That's only 9 people so far.
Right.
Well, I had Ian in my top 10 as well.
I had Ian in my top 10. Samson.
Yeah. I had Ian 10th place.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got Samson just after. So if I've got Nick in 6th, I've got Samson.
Yeah.
Then I've got Andrew then I got Ian. Then I got Andrew. So.
Do you think?
I think
do you think James is going to make top 10?
you get top 12.
Yeah.
I like him because obviously he's from Britain. You know, I've seen him in a couple of different podcasts.
I think the problem you've got here is it all matters about who comes in shape. We're going by these predictions if everybody comes on. And,
Yeah.
Everyone's 100%. Yeah.
And the chances are not all of them are going to be spot on. So
it's probably one in 4 might be 100% on.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So there's room for anybody out of that top 10, even James, to come in and be high as 8 or 7.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If James comes in the similar sort of weight as he was at the Italy show where he won 2 weeks after this, he's going to be 275 £, standing next to someone like a Andrew Jack, like a Samson, like a Ian. Him and Ian would be nice to see.
How heavy is Ian? Is Ian a taller guy, or they're about the same sort of like height?
James is 5'11".
Yeah, so I think they're about the same height, him and Ian.
It's all around, yeah. They're all 5'10" to 6'1". So
yeah.
What'll be interesting as well, right? Because lighting does play a massive part into different skin types and different tanning conditions, depending on different levels of light. Because the tanning for Crizo, because again, like, you know, I mean, Eastern European. I got a root from my boy from Eastern Europe, right? He's got a lot to prove. He's got a massive ego. Like he just makes the Olympia exciting because him and Ian Vellier are going back and forth. There's going to be a lot of other people trying to shut him down.
Yeah.
But if the lighting is on point, some of those guys are going to do a lot better in different lighting conditions than others.
Definitely.
This is the thing. What I hate about the Olympia fucking stage is like they've got so much fucking, you know,
it's too much going on.
LED, isn't it?
It's like
just too much going on. Way too much going on.
Isn't it?
Keep all that graphics and logo above the fucking competitors or below the competitors. Don't keep it behind them.
Yeah, or have a spot at the stage where like they make it look all Olympiesque, like very ancient sort of Rome, whatever, where it's like a dark black background, so they can do their posing and then walk off into the advertising and the backboards and billboards, because it does ruin it.
It's like I'm have to tell these people, listen, you don't need LED fucking TVs behind the competitors.
What year do you think had the best of lighting at the Olympia?
Fucking hell, probably in the 80s.
Early 90s.
Black curtain.
Yeah, early 90s.
Well, yeah.
Hence why that's why they say that. Yeah, but that.
Mohammed McAway did his posing routine, and it was just 2 billards on the side, like, you know what I mean, Roman style.
No, dusty curtain.
82, 83, wasn't it?
That's all it was, man. Minimalistic. And stop fucking moving the camera around when they're fucking comparing poses, mate. We don't need to
the sideways on.
Yeah, moving about all over. It's like you're watching it, just keep it straight on, but it's like that.
Yeah, I hate that.
Everywhere.
But that's what I mean. That's where they say people from the 90s, right, and the 80s look better than more conditioned the guys now. Is because no, it's not that, because like with obviously with you know the protein intake, right, with all the PDs and all the juice and all that jazz, it's like it's massively like it's way more advanced coaching techniques, coaching mechanisms. The knowledge around bodybuilding has massively increased, and it's not like these guys in the 90s were more shredded, more in shape. It's because these guys had better lighting, these guys had better backdrops. If you had placed these current guys now in that style of lighting or backdrop, like these guys look otherworldly.
I do think that about certain people, yeah, for sure.
You tell me, how can they have better lighting at a fucking snooker tournament, than fucking bodybuilding?
Bro.
Or just standardize the lighting.
How come we're living in an era where they can fucking stream computer video games better than a bodybuilding show?
Yep, it's true. It's a shame. Even right, just look at PCA for everything they do, which might be good or bad. The lighting is standardized for every single show. Every single show, you can barely tell which show each show is, which is a good thing and a bad thing. But I just think the IFBB is supposed to be the pinnacle, right? It's the WBC World Championship for boxers. It's the one. You know, for fuck's sake, just have some sort of standardized professional level of professionalism to your production.
The thing about it is, why can't you do it with all the money you fucking get off just athletes? Never mind the people watching the shows. Just from the athletes, you're telling me
$60 this year for the live stream.
Really?
I'd rather pay for fucking some my fans only, bitch.
I'll record it on my phone and I'll send it over to you.
I bet that'll probably be better quality than the live stream, Simon. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Simon, just get your fucking tripod out, yeah. Not your tripod, the real tripod, yeah. And stick your phone in there, and we'll just tune into your fucking Instagram live.
Who's besides the top 10? Who's someone you're really looking forward to seeing up
Rafael
there?
Brandao, if he makes it, if Rafael Brandao makes it, the guy's got a very pleasing physique.
Is he qualified? Is he, Rafael?
Yeah, he's qualified.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Andrew Jack, Samson. You know what I mean? And I'm looking forward, the British guys. I want them to fucking do well. James Hollinshead. You know what I mean? And obviously,
how come Nathan Diaz ain't doing it? Because he's qualified for it.
He's tore his bicep.
Oh.
He's got some injuries. You know what I mean? Unfortunately for him,
Well, I've not been to an Olympia since 2014, so I've not seen any of these guys. Well, I've not seen Big Ramy, Brandon, Hadi, Nick Walker. I've seen William and Andrew compete, but not seen. Yeah, so probably 7 out of 10 I've never seen compete. So it's gonna be quite exciting.
Yeah.
You going out, aren't you, Simon? Yeah.
Sorry.
Are you going out?
Yeah.
When are you going out? When you flying out?
I fly out on the 11th. I land on the 11th December.
So when's the show? The 12th?
No, it's the week after. So we're gonna do. So me and my mate Gary Phillips, he's making the documentary on Lee Priest. We're doing some. We're doing some interviews with some of the old pros like Jay Cutler and people.
Simon, you know what you need to fucking do when you get out there, yeah? Do like Battle of the Olympia style. Do some fucking, do some training videos with them all.
Yeah, well, they're all gonna be based at Flex's Gym anyway. So
yeah. What I'm saying is, pick a day, like you know what I mean. Let's just start off, talk about what they're gonna train.
Get some interviews with them, you mean?
Just like but interview them while they're fucking training. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Simon the new Mitsuru.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know what I mean? No, but you do it while you fucking
if
the fans want, because you know what, right? Me as a guy that's like, in terms of like any form of competing, right? Because it's mostly around physique and like board shorts. You know what I mean? Just having a pleasing beach body physique. That was my goal. But even looking at Simon's stuff, or even look at bodybuilding now, it's more about the posing afterwards when they train. It's more about like the characters and what they're about, the demeanors and stuff like that. And I suppose like if you make it as relatable as possible, because with all due respect, sometimes Kai Green, right? He does his stuff. He does his like squats and he places the bar between his legs and he does some random mad shit that he does. But that for me is not relatable. You know what I mean? So if Simon can do that, Zach, where he can literally speak to these guys, like when they're training to get the human character out, he's going to draw a lot of views in, because your Andrew Jack video, like how many views has it got now?
Nearly 350,000.
But what you got to remember with Kai Green is when he does these stupid angles and clapping his butt cheeks and doing fucking sumo stuff, he's doing it for his other fans. That's where, you know what I mean?
I didn't think of that. That's a good shot. That's where probably what that mod is coming in.
Yeah, you
Don't forget the grapefruit, Zach.
Oh, jeez. I think that grapefruit situation is the thing that prevented him from getting at least one Mr. Olympia.
I don't really know, because you got to remember, fucking bodybuilders and these women bodybuilders have done some crazy fucking shit. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. You know,
before they come up, I've heard stories, before they come up, right, they can't afford, like sometimes they spend around 10, 15, 20, like 20 grand a year, like, and stuff, you know what I mean? And you coming out, training full time, not being able, like, to have time to work. I get it, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes they go to desperation. It goes to show how much people want it, but still, man.
yeah, it's each to their own, you know what I mean?
I think a lot of them did it at the beginning of the career, didn't they? When they were when they were nobodies, and it's obviously come back to light to bite them in the ass.
Yeah, when they had some gym owner or show promoter said, "I'll make you famous," you know what I mean?
The Hollywood story.
Yeah.
You could sit on my lap and I'm gonna read you a nice flex magazine. One day, my son, you can be on the middle cover of the flex magazine.
Oh God! But yeah, you know what? That's it. Yeah, the politics is part to play with it, man. Because like back in 2013 or 2014, that's one of those years. I think Kai Green deserved to be Mr. Olympia. He just looked better than
Phil.
Phil, yeah. Because the whole bubble gut bonanza, and like he's a lot more tired than his back and his legs. He just had the more complete package. But it's politics into it as well, and it's the thing about, unless he can completely knock the champion off his pedestal, the same as this year, which I don't think will happen with Big Ramy. It's impossible.
Like I said, it would be interesting if every judge had electronic fucking judging cards, so we could fucking see who votes for who.
Yeah,
that'd be more interesting. They should do that, because when they do those judging cards, like gymnastics on the Olympics, they say 9 point something. Like, we should see that.
Basically, it should be like Eurovision, 0 point. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? Like electronics, shouldn't it? So that when the people come on, the scores come up on a digital screen, so everyone can see it.
Man, we're living in this era now where fucking computers and mobile phones are fucking. We can't live without them. We, need to move the sport forward. There's some things in bodybuilding don't need to be fucking.
They should do it like X Factor or I'm a Celebrity, when they ring up and vote for their.
Yeah, I was about to say that, Simon. They should have the fans vote of who won, and the judges vote. That makes it so much more interesting. Can you imagine? Can you imagine when the judges pick a winner and literally all the fans are like, nah, like that'd be, because it's kind of like, well, what's more important? Is it what the judges see, or what is it the fans see? Because surely, if the fans are voting for a particular guy who they're most attractive physique-wise,
but then you think. Can you compete with the whole country of Middle Eastern people voting for somebody?
That's a very fair point as well. So how do you limit that? Because there's clearly going to be like.
That's what I think. Judges should be changed every year, and also judges should be fucking writing down who they're voting for, and basically giving their reasons after a fucking show. There should be a report saying, "Listen, and then that way it's transparent." You know what I mean? And it's as simple as that, like I said to you. And to make the Olympia more exciting, they shouldn't allow Mr. Olympia to be fucking not qualify every year. Listen, you qualify like everybody else. We want to see you on fucking a different stage apart from the fucking Olympia.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? Then that way, it's like I was saying to the guys before. It's like the World Cup. The champions don't get a pass to the finals.
Nah, and then they're trying to standardize it even more, because that's the reason why they're bought in classic physique, right? That's the reason why they're bought in like all the other divisions, because they're trying to standardize across the board. And it's like, for them to do that, they got to standardize it to the levels of other sports as well. They got to show that transparency of scores. And it's not a case of like, these are all these flashing images, because if another organization, like, because the Rock has talked about doing something for his thing, and if it's done properly, bodybuilding can really, really take off. Like,
listen, man, the Rock is a joke. Forget about him. He ain't gonna do nothing for bodybuilders. I'm sorry. He's been saying for the last fucking 5 years, I'm going to put on a show. I'm going to put on a show. Listen, he's at that point in Hollywood. He doesn't want.
He doesn't need to do nothing.
He doesn't want to associate himself with bodybuilders. Simple as that. You know what I mean? Especially now with all this fucking bullshit coming out about these fucking women what are being fucking molested with. You know what I mean?
Oh, with the Manions.
Yeah, but, you know, basically, the shit's what's coming out. It's like
What's happening with that? As in, when you say the Manions, the Olympian Manions.
Yeah, the NPC, the people. So J.M. Manion, there've been allegations that he's been molesting bikini competitors, trying to fix their placing. So they're going to give them pro cards if they do sort of sexual favors. And there's a lot of evidence.
Yeah. The thing about it is, it's like how true is it? We don't know.
There's no smoke without fire, is there? I mean, there's been quite a few allegations.
It's somewhat the halfway point, because again,
no. What I'm saying is, where are these women? Let's see the fucking court case. Let's see it go to court. You know, like it did with Harvey Weinstein. You know what I'm saying? Let's see that happen before you can say anything. Listen, not everybody in that federation is fucking dodgy. We can't tarnish them all. You know,
it's one of them things that you put someone in a position of power, and depending on that person's personality, you know, some people are going to abuse that power, and some people are going to put it and use it in the right way. And you know, 1 in 10 might do the wrong thing, but it's still a 2-person situation. You know, that one person's chose to do that. He's not probably put a gun to the head and was like, right, you're doing this, otherwise I'm going to kill you. It's not going to happen.
Also NDAs as well, and this is the thing. Like a lot of these things that tend to happen, people prior to do to any certain action, right? If they want to cover the tracks, they make people sign NDAs, so therefore it becomes a willing party or 2 willing parties that participate in X, Y, and Z.
The part is these women are saying that they're being exploited. Listen,
it was 20 years ago.
No, but listen, girls, exploited. Have you seen your Instagrams? Nobody exploit your batty crease. I see your brown eye in my face every fucking morning. Thank you very much. Today's been raining, but the morning.
Titty Thursday, Zach.
And you know what? You know how hard I had to work for a batty crease shot 20 years ago? It took me months to see that. But now.
No one to see your batty.
But now, Simon sends me batty crease every morning. Thank you.
You should send him one tomorrow for his birthday, Zach.
Birthday boy. No, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, images what we see on Instagram now. We had to work hard for these images to get off girls fucking 10, 20 years ago. But now,
it's instant. It's almost like the people know, like, from that they're gonna get attention. Like,
listen, attention is the highest form of currency now. Let's get real. Listen, if a girl loses her fucking Instagram page, she cries like fucking she's gonna kill herself. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is now. Forget about money, forget about cocaine, forget about crack. This currency of Instagram is attention. You know what I mean?
The likes, in it, the likes, the views.
No, honestly, like there's studies around it, man, and it's crazy. They say that Instagram for younger people, it's more addictive than sugar. And sugar in itself, right? Like what you get from foods like processed sugar, that in itself is more addictive and more dangerous than crack cocaine.
Listen, there was a
fucking Instagram's more addictive than crack cocaine.
Yeah, literally. Honestly, I'm not even joking. I mean,
it wouldn't surprise me.
There was a girl here. She took 300 selfies of herself here, and she didn't like none of them, and she ended up killing herself.
Oh, fuck it.
Like, you get that back, Simon, bro. I'm telling you now, right? In the past, I've seen people take 200-300 photos under the perfect conditions to post that one phone to get likes. And the problem is that because of Instagram and the whole gratitude and the likes and the whole sort of addictive nature, is that they do that for each and every single photo. So it comes to a point where they paint this like false image, a false expectation of themselves online, because most people spend their time online. So in the real world, it doesn't correlate because they don't have that dissonance. And it's still all the time, and even in the gym, sometimes it's like, especially even with clothing, because my biggest argument is this, right? It's so why is it that with women's clothing they gotta get those shorts or those spandexes that rise up their ass crack?
Oh,
You know what I mean? You don't see guys walking around with their like nut sacks just hanging on either side, and it's imprinting on their legs.
Oh
You
man,
know what I mean? Like why don't they have a wedgie? Can you imagine, boys? Imagine walking around right with
Hey,
with a
listen.
tongue riding up your ass. You're gonna get a wedgie. It feels uncomfortable. I'm like, how are these people trained? I'm there trying to do my triceps. I'm like, how is she not scratching her ass? Like she looks, she's got a massive
I hate
wedgie. What's
wedgies.
going on?
bro, listen. I've seen guys in fucking gym with their fucking shorts up their body crease, and they're doing squats.
They do things different up north, Zach.
They got it wedged up their fucking around to their fucking neck, the cunt down, and doing these Instagram videos for their batty boys. I'm not fucking lying. And then they're wearing these fucking tight fucking grey fucking joggers with their ball sack just dangling about in there. You know what I'm saying? Trust me.
Don't know what gym you go to. You need to stay out of the gay gyms.
Listen, you know what I mean? You haven't fucking seen guys with fucking wedgies up their arse.
Yeah, I just think like if you are training, like have your gym wear as comfortable as possible. I just
Listen,
don't get it when people wear
right.
spandexes that just ride up their asses
Listen,
all the way up. Like, how is he not comfortable? Like, how is he not chafing? How is he not leaving some kind of like that burn mark on your
Mark.
ass cheeks or your butt crack?
Mark.
I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Simon, next time, right? He just fathoms me. Like, that's
I
such you have to
see, yeah.
switch off because you see this bullshit happening all the time.
Listen, you see girls coming to the gym now, makeup dolled up with tits and asses, like they're going into a club, but they're going to a gym. And guys are the same now. They will spend hundreds and hundreds on a gym outfit just to be part of the gang, so they can post pictures on Instagram and have the best gear. You know what I'm saying? It's a different.
Well, that's the way it is nowadays, unfortunately.
You know what I mean?
I blame Instagram for it, man. Honestly, Instagram is the reason why. Like, they see that 6 stars, and Instagram further perpetuates that. Obviously, each to their own. You know what I mean? People should do whatever they want, but it's just like with me, even the whole buying expensive gym stuff.
I don't even think it's Instagram itself. I just think it's just our fucking generation is different. And you know, before we used to see fashion in clubs chain because we want that. Your social media wasn't big, but now it's more in your face because it's on social media, and you see the trends happening quicker. Everything's happening quicker. So basically, you just need somebody like the Kardashians to wear something or do something stupid, and before you know it, everybody's doing it. It's like, you tell me something, how many of these girls now are miming these videos with stupid things, quotes on them, and they're miming these videos, and how long is it taking them to fucking learn this? What for? Exactly. But on that note, I'm just going to open up this My Fans page only and
oh God! So what? Zach Yanni then? You're an OnlyFans.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, really.
He wears nothing but that hat.
They call me.
How much you charge you a month, Zach? What are you doing? You do pay subscriptions, like, or like you do like special videos, like a specific thing.
I'll do anything with these boobies for you. Don't worry.
Right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been an hour. So, yep, that's our Olympia predictions. So, Olympia's in 3 weeks.
If you don't like the predictions, fuck you.
Yeah, if you think we're wrong, to the people watching this, if any of you guys think we're wrong, because more than likely we're all wrong in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, listen. Most likely we're going to be wrong as fuck, but you know what? Comment your fucking top 10 predictions for us.
Yeah.
And
we'll compare it.
And the person who gets it right, I'll give them a merchandise, a ZKK hoodie or something.
Yeah, Simon, like you can give one of them if you find a comment right, and however long that until the Mr Olympia, whoever gets the top 5 right, give them like a free membership for like 6 months. Simon, or
whoever gets the
something
closest, whoever gets the closest to the actual real results, I'll sort them out. But yeah, we'll do like a post Olympia review.
I'll give some ZKK merchandise, and
I'll give you a shout out to my loads of fans on Instagram. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Joe, what are you gonna give?
Give you a hug.
Joseph will give him a happy ending.
Okay. Thanks, guys. All right.
Guys, love you all. Thanks for having me.
Like, subscribe, and see you soon.
See you later.
See you next week.